Hello, Ron, and welcome to. I nearly said the wrong podcast. Hello,
Nice.
and welcome to Moogle Go Round Radio, episode 211. My brain was on the wrong podcast for a second now, even though we've been talking about this podcast for like at 40 minutes off stream on yeah. Anyway, Moogle Go Round Radio. Promise this is what this podcast is about. Honestly, I do too many podcasts, but joining me is my wonderful co-host, Paul. It's been 9 years, Paul. We've been doing this 9 years.
9 years.
Today is literally today, I think, or is it tomorrow? It's the 9th anniversary.
I still remember when you got we did the other anniversary with the DBZ stuff.
Yes, that was the 7th anniversary.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the 8th. Did we do anything for the 8th? I don't think we did.
We did do nothing for the 8th.
And we did nothing for the 9th, but the 10th.
Yeah, we'll do something for the 10th.
Watch out for the 10th.
Yeah, the 10th will be. Yeah, well, we have to. It's 10 years, right? Yeah.
10 years.
Sorry, 26 is when is actually the day we have the 9th, the 26th, but we won't be recording that day. So yeah.
So next one will be the 1st, and then the 15th, and then the 29th will be my birthday.
Yes.
Of May. So yeah, we get to do a podcast on my birthday.
Nice.
Should be interesting.
Well, I hope you're doing well.
So I'm doing a bit better now. I think over the weekend, I didn't stream. I barely did anything over the weekend and / over this week. Well, I usually stream on the weekend and stuff. I have had a massive, I was about to say hangover, but I haven't drunk. It was a really bad migraine, which just wouldn't go away even when I slept. Took painkillers, kept sleeping. It just wouldn't go away. My eyes were killing me. They felt like they were burning and bleeding. They weren't, luckily. But yeah, so I am kind of happy about that. I am really worried for next week, but yeah, next week is going to be a really big week for me. So I'm not really looking forward to it. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah. Because one, you're taking a break, so I'll be streaming.
I am taking a break. Yeah.
But I also have my second league game for Warhammer, and I have a tournament on the 26th as well. So a lot of stuff to do. I have to finish my army. I've got to get it packed. I've got to get it sent off. It'll be fun.
Well, good luck.
And I've got a stream as well, which I may stream a fun Warhammer game, which will be Rogue Trader.
Nice.
And obviously, we're going to be talking about today Cosmic Expedition. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I've been crafting a lot. I've been making money from the old food, the raid food. So I have been making thy money. So I'm happy. But before we get into that, we do have a very special guest.
We do have a wonderful guest. Seriously.
Who has a lot more brain cells than we do, as we talked about last podcast.
Yeah. We're nowhere near the IQ that he has. Seriously, the stuff that he's done on his YouTube channel is as a controller player, it's some of the most incredible stuff that it's like the hardware, the coding, everything involved with all of the stuff that he's done on the channel, including just the videos themselves as well, are impressive. We've got the wonderful and frankly lovely SuperLouis.
Hey, thank you for having me. Well, first off, congrats on your 9 years. Have I done anything for 9 years straight? I don't think I have, but I appreciate the intro. I hope y'all have been well.
I mean, you're at 5 years on your YouTube channel, at least. You
5 years? Oh, when did I start that? Time has gone by.
That's what we say. Well, technically, we are our first few years don't really exist anymore because of reasons. So technically, it's 7 years that you can look online. But we have been around for 9. We've been on Twitch for 9, but the first 2 years, because of reasons, have disappeared. So I don't want to go into too much detail. If you know us, you know why. But trust me, it's both sad and there's a
That's
positive
fair,
now.
yeah.
There's a positive now, okay. But yeah, but no. Before we move on, can you talk a little bit about yourself and where can people find your stuff?
Oh yeah, hey, well, I'm Louis. I like to build controllers for just games in general, and by build controllers, I mean literally take a prop from the game, shove some wires and buttons and joysticks into it, and then somehow play the game with it. Most of the time it's successful. Sometimes you get Gorilla Glue on your hands, and your hands can't really move for a couple days. So, but
Yeah,
if you want to find myself,
I use Gorilla Glue. I understand.
oh yeah, like earlier today, I was trying to glue this bottom part. I'm working on the Warrior Axe. I'm trying to get it done this weekend, and I'm just going to switch to drilling in the bottom. I guess the pommel. But I did Gorilla Glue, and I forgot to wear gloves. And yeah, I'm not. I can't really type right now.
Yep,
Oh,
I had that last week. I was using a bunch of Gorilla Glue for some bases, and I got basically my middle finger and my ring finger stuck together, and I couldn't get it apart. And I'm like, this could be a problem.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm not eating today.
Yeah. Well, good thing I had pizza that day as well. So pizza, I was like, oh, just me on the hand.
time to learn how to eat with my feet.
No, I am now a full believer wearing gloves at all times and safety glasses. I'm not trying to risk it anymore.
Health and safety is a big part of anything.
Paul, listen. You said that. Pay attention to what you remember. The times that you've painted, and then you've said the fact that I painted, but the fumes.
Oh, yeah, the fumes.
Look, that's because I can't have windows open. It was cold.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Well,
Had to get done.
You know, fumes build characters, I think, is what someone told me. I don't know if they're
Also
still
builds
around.
brain damage as well.
Yeah, they might just not still be with us, but they said it was pretty cool.
I think they meant to say fumes from painting characters, not making them. We're Moogle Go Round promote health and safety when we can.
Oh yeah.
Yes, wear PPE at all times.
Yes, please.
Says says the person that streamed to 42 hours fishing constantly. So
yeah, but you weren't endangered, was you? You know, unless you used a fishing rod. Then if you built a fishing rod,
I was sat here fishing the entire time. Look, Lewis, I don't know if you were around for the Saint of the Firmament event, where they had you had the top 12 of each server got a reward. I decided for some reason, even though the crafting ones are so much easier, I wanted to do fishing. So I Googled how to fish and master. I even found out specific times for I found out one fish that had the most points was it spawns between 12 and 15 seconds. So I had a little macro for 24 hours where I had to keep pressing, so I kept reading. So I'm gonna do it again soon. It feels like, but
with the thing coming up, what is it called?
Yeah, Cosmic.
I'm a real fan. I promise.
Cosmic Exploration.
Cosmic Exploration. There you go.
Which I'm looking forward to because I've been doing a lot of crafting of recently. I also love fishing. I love fishing games. I love fishing in all fucking games. I love that. I actually saw, because I was looking on Twitter before we started, there was a the game Dredge, where it's like a kind of a horror fishing game.
Yeah,
Someone is bringing out a first person one of that for fishing and all that, and I'm like,
I'm good. That's scary.
Because I love Lovecraftian, because I'm what they say in the VTuber PNG, I'm a Lovecraftian Vieira. I'm half Kraken, half Bun Boy. So, not the... I said Bun Boy, as in, B-U-N, not B-U-M. Okay, chat? Calm yourself. But, and it looked really cool. And, I would like to, could you possibly do a fishing... one?
Horror games I love. Fishing I love. I don't know if I could do both. I played Subnautica. I actually worked on Subnautica. I couldn't do it. It's not something I can be a part. I hear a gulp at night, and that's it for me. Games being turned off.
I'm the same. I can do fishing in certain games where that is not realistic at all. But the moment you add any sort of realism to the fish, I'm out. I can't. Even though I live right next to the sea, I'm still out.
I love fishing. Fishing's
so chill.
Yeah.
So calm.
Talk about that, by the way.
Chill.
That should be one of your future projects. I'd love to suggest it as making maybe somehow adapting. Remember the Sega Bass Rod? like on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think there's a fishing accessory for the Joy-Cons that you can get, and then just try to do like a fishing trip on 14 or something.
Or you can get a spear and do spearfishing, because that actually requires some skill. Go get the fishing line.
I've still never actually done any spearfishing in 14.
Me neither.
So good. So good. Everyone should do it. I wish they added more, but and maybe another spear rod that doesn't look out of place.
Yeah, that's one thing I dislike about fishing, is the fact that my item level is lower. I always panic when I switch to fishing on 14, because the fact that the rod is from what level 70? Is it 60 or 70? I think it's 70, right? So my eye level on Fisher is always lower than all my other gathering. And it always makes me, every time I see it, if I'm tired at night, I look at it, I occasionally have a little panic. I'm like, oh my God, did I lose the gear? Which I haven't realized it's because the eye level of the rod is making everything else low. Yeah, that's for this. So just give me I don't care if it does nothing. Just give me one so the eye level's the same as everything else. I don't care if it's just shinier. That's just so that everything's equal. Just please.
I have to check my fishing level. I don't even know how much fishing I've actually done. I do mostly culinary and botany stuff.
The best crafter. Good job.
It's so much fun to make carne asadas for the race teams. Just make bank really quickly every batch.
That's what I've been doing. I've been sitting there making my mate cookies and stuff, and I've been like, yep. That money come in. Ooh.
Oh, y'all need bell peppers and no one farmed these beforehand?
Yeah, okay.
It must be nice for me.
It was just like, I have my friends have been like, hey, can you make us like raid food and stuff? And they're like, because a lot of them are right now, because the game is kind of meh. They're not they're not really into it right now. Cause it's like, it's been such a long time that they come in and raid. And I think the only time I see them on is when they're raiding or when I'm raiding with them. So it's like, don't really see them on, and like, because I don't usually do raid food. It's like one of our other friends that usually does it. And then they were like, wait, Paul's doing raid food? And I was like, started just giving out mate cookies. Like, yeah, it was pretty easy, actually. And that's all I've been doing. I just log on. I'm actually just logging on right now, actually, just to check how much money I got. And I actually wanted to check what the level was for the fishing thing. But with
honest, I just spent all my money.
When you saving up for like a medium?
Medium it was at one point. I need to do that. I need to start saving. Okay, I want to save up for the TARDIS room, as I keep calling it. I don't know if you heard about that feature where the fact that you'll be able to have a
large plot.
You can have a large inside house, but like a small plot.
Mm-hmm.
So like I like to call it TARDIS. Yeah. But we don't know exactly how much it's going to cost. So I need to start saving up. My guess is it's just going to be like if you upgrade. So they'll probably discount like the current cost of a small into the large, and then you'll still have to pay how much you would with an average large, because each large is not all larges are the same as well, right? Some are more expensive than others, so they'll probably like have a standardized pricing system of like 35-40 million for a large, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah,
which is a lot of money.
Yeah, it's still a lot. I was gonna say it's still a lot, but
at
least you have a chance.
Yeah.
Why is it that level? Why is it 61?
Yeah.
Why is the jig level 61? Why can't it just be base 60? That's annoyed me. Why is that annoyed me?
When I played the housing system, the housing system was like you had to have an FC member kind of stake out and kind of refresh on the what's it called, the lanyard or whatever the system was. You had to like literally check every minute and hope that you got it on the
on
the right cycle.
Annoyed. Okay, I originally played on Primal. That was my original character. And then some friends wanted me to move over to Aether. Because, by the way, I started the game when EU servers were in Canada. So there really wasn't EU servers. Because until Heaven's Ward, there was no official European servers. It wasn't until like the first FanFest they announced that European servers were going to be a thing. Originally, when the game launched, there wasn't any. So I just played on North American servers because there was no difference.
Yeah.
And anyway, I had I have a medium house on Primal still, and then some friends made some characters on Aether. This was before transfer. So that's about 6 years ago now, 7 years ago. it was actually one of our Christmas specials of Moogle Go Round where everyone but me got drunk and they started making weird named characters. I'm not going to name them here, but there were definitely some very suspicious named characters because everyone was drunk.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say mine was like Lovable Booble, and everyone's seen that on stream. So
yeah, yours wasn't that bad.
Like it's still there, it's Lovable Booble. Like, I made a whole like backstory for it. We had like something cunt crusher, but instead of like
that was Harvey.
Like the word cunt, instead of that it was like KU like NT. So they didn't actually see the C.
That.
Obviously, you do know that the word cunt is not actually.
Not a thing over there.
No,
yeah,
no,
here.
No. I meant like in game, they don't censor.
Oh.
They don't censor the word in game. Everything else can be censored, but not that word.
Unless you're on Microsoft, in which case every word is censored.
unless you're playing. On
that. I don't know if you've seen that, SuperLouis, but they have Microsoft Final Fantasy 14 that has some real bad censorship issues for some reason.
Oh, like the Game Pass not Game Pass, just on Xbox in general.
Yeah, just on Xbox in general. For some reason, the operating system likes to censor certain words, but it will censor even if the words are connected to each other. So I've actually seen people posting they don't know what an attack is in a fight because the attack itself is censored.
Oh, damn.
So, but yeah, anyway, I made this character and I'm like, I didn't really want another house because as I said, I already had one on Primal. And then we were doing Palace of the Dead and I ended up coming up with some gil. So I'm like, I don't really know what I'm going to spend gil on. There's not much. I'm like, there's a house here. And there's a crowd of people. And this is, when you still have to click it. And I'm I ran up and you know what, I don't need a house, but I'll do it for a laugh. Clicked it a few times. Nothing. They were still on cooldown. There was still a load of people. Anyway, okay, I've got to go to work now. Anyway, lunch break, I'm like, the house is still around. Wait, there's nobody here. There's nobody at this plot. I guess someone bought it. I wonder who bought it. Walked up to the plot, clicked it, and would you like to buy it? Yes, you bought it.
Oh, nice, nice.
And then all I got was some DMs from people saying, "Oh God, I've been clicking on it for hours. I just had to go to the toilet. How dare you?"
Yep, you gotta turn on busy.
That's what you get for going to the toilet.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's how we got ours too. Someone got really lucky and during a break just got the plot. I was like, congrats.
So yeah, I got a lot of angry messages. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean to. I literally clicked it because I thought, I wonder who bought it.
Yeah, crimes are unending. So Wobbsy in chat.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that's mine now. That was when I was still called. Before I was renamed.
Was it Chili? Was it Chili Senju? Was it? That was your name. Isn't that your main that character is still named that, right?
No, that character on Primal, yeah.
Yeah, that character on Primal. I know your new main is now Daddy Chili.
Yeah, Daddy Chili.
Yeah.
Look, someone in our chat, who was it? Damn it. It's been a while since. I hope he's okay. It's been a while since I've seen him, actually. He kept calling me Daddy every time he was in Twitch. So I'm like, if you gift 5 subs, I'll rename myself. And he did. So I did.
Word, yeah.
So, yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do for that buck, $20 is still $20.
Yeah. Anyway, we should jump into some questions because I know we've got you to talk about some stuff on YouTube. Thank you.
Have you ever tried making a bathtub as a controller?
A bathtub? I wanted to make an ice cube controller and you had to beat something before it melted, but I feel like water and electricity or current might not be the best idea.
Yeah,
but there's only one way to find out,
I mean, if you're wearing rubber gloves, rubber suit, I mean,
you can try. What's the worst that could happen?
Science?
Start a fire.
Science. I don't know what I don't even know how to spell that. I'm a mathematician. I don't care about science.
But no, what inspired you into making your first controller or video, really?
In the way past of 2019, what was my first video? You brought it up, was 5 years ago. And I was like, what was I doing 5 years ago? I think I was a challenge runner, and I did Halo and Souls.
And you beat Halo 3 Legendary with a Guitar Hero controller.
I forgot who brought up the meme to me, but I was like, you know what? I got to make memes become dreams and just see if it was possible. And I think, I don't know how long, it took a month of trying. that was really fun. And then eventually I led into, I think, the Ring Fit controller. And once I learned how to mod that, I was like, wait, why can't I just make my own stuff? Just like back in the day, we were too broke to buy like the Resident Evil chainsaw controllers and stuff. And now I'm still broke, but at least I'm kind of smart enough to make my own. So that's kind of how I got into what I'm doing now.
Nice.
And it's fun. I mean, I'm having a ton of fun. When I used to go to conventions to let people use it, they were having fun. But after COVID, conventions I haven't been to too many. Might bring it back this year, but my schedule's pretty busy.
I mean, they've been pretty decent. Like, obviously, where's my wood? Knock on wood. Every time I've gone to a convention, I haven't got COVID since like COVID. So, and I also go to tournaments now as well, and I still haven't got COVID yet. So, no, knock on wood again.
What kind of tournaments?
I do Warhammer tournament.
Oh, Warhammer, nice.
I'm all big into that. I would say recently, I only started like 2 years ago, properly collecting. Year ago, I actually started building and playing, and now I've been addicted to ever since. I'm going to a Kent major where I live. It's a golden ticket holder as well. So if I win, I could go to America and go do the World Championship. If that happens, I'm gonna be very worried because I'm like, huh? I am bad at this.
Yeah, I shouldn't be up here.
I should be here. So yeah, I've been really into that and meeting new people. Honestly, it's helped my social anxiety. I had obviously with COVID, you didn't go out and see people. You're too scared to. And I was a hermit. You know, I'm still technically a hermit. I don't really go. I go out every Friday now to play games of Warhammer. Now I have a local shop that do like a league, so it's pretty cool. But it helps in my social anxiety so easily now that I'm like,
nice.
I can talk to anyone now. I'm like, yeah, I don't have to be, you know. I just talk to anyone. Someone comes up to me and talks to me. I'm like, oh yeah, the weather's quite good today, actually. You know.
Now, see, I'm still nervous, but when I'm like conventions and stuff, talking to people. But I'm also like, one of my things that I like, our community knows that I kind of turn up to FanFest and Final Fantasy events wearing a poop hat, so that probably doesn't help. So
it makes you stand out. Did you go to the? Yeah. No, I guess you're on your. I was gonna say I went to the last FanFest in the States. It was
I didn't go to this one, but I was at the 2016 and 2018 Vegas FanFest. So I wish I'd been at the last one as well, because I do enjoy going to America for FanFest. Because
Vegas is fun.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also already used to the heat, and I felt bad for everybody else. I was like, 120 or 10.
That's nothing.
Another day to sweat. Sorry, y'all. This is every day for me.
By the way, someone in the chat said Renchi says, I love you, Axe. But Renchi's done a lot of art. Renchi's a wonderful artist. And by the way, thank you again to Renchi for the raid and for the sub, and thank you to Wobsy for the sub. But like, Renchi is a wonderful artist and wonderful content creator. But he said, I love your Axe.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope it comes together. I think it's coming together fine. I need to, like I said, I need to drill and stuff instead of use Gorilla Glue, but I'll do that later.
Yeah, with gloves.
Don't
put Gorilla Glue in the gloves and then put the gloves on. That'd be terrible. You just have gloves for the rest of your life.
And don't put like the Gorilla Glue on the fingers of the gloves first. I have Renchi mains Warrior, so that's why.
A Warrior's so much fun. I've been only playing 14. Well, I've been busy, but the times I've been playing 14 was to get this build ready. And I'm like, I've been missing out on work because I've been playing a lot of Dark Knight and Astro. I was like, it's time to learn a new class. And Warrior is it's pretty fun.
But I missed White Mage, so, and I'm a Red Mage, so, but I still miss White Mage with my creepy stuff.
I play White Mage. I'm actually playing Dark Knight right now. I literally have just finished Raid about an hour ago, so yeah, it's fun. But I do love Machinist. I've been playing Machinist recently. But so can you make a controller in like a globe for like Astro?
Yeah, that was something, because I think what did I do for Astro was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Diz. I think I'm at the point where like if any idea comes up and I have time, I think I can figure it out, even if it's like not the best or if there's any errors or anything. But like, I forgot what someone asked me to do. I think someone asked me to play Dancer with like, I think they're called chakras, whatever the weapons are.
Yeah.
And have them throw them and retract back to you. And I was like, that could be a fun engineering thing. I might destroy my wrist.
You could destroy your wrist, get hit a couple of times,
all for fun. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh wait, what's those? Because there's like a ball on like a string. You could probably do that quite.
Yo,
good,
yeah.
actually.
Well, I was like, how can you be like an
You'd have to do it
industrial yo-yo?
outside. I wouldn't think you doing it in a
Yeah, that's
in the house is going to be pretty
Not
pretty
yo-yo,
dangerous.
but wasn't there one where you like strapped it around your stomach, and then you like? I swear that was a thing that existed at one point.
Yeah, to
Like,
do
you
like tennis and stuff.
oh
Yeah,
Well, you could strap to your stomach and you could like bat it and like
yeah,
yeah. I know which one you mean.
yeah.
I mean, you could do that, but like chakras don't go. It'd
yeah,
come
like
back
the
to you.
biggest thing is that being in a small room. Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff I want to do. Like I have my Dragoon Lance ready to go, but I don't have room to put a trampoline in my room. So it's like, how do I convince a trampoline park to like let me break my neck for like an hour just to do like a dive or something? But
That'd be
I'm
interesting.
wishing you the best.
yeah, it's just, it'd be fun. I just have to convince someone to be like, don't worry, if it breaks, it's just going to be me. My controller won't. I'll break before the controller breaks. So just let me jump around and record my inputs.
Oh, have you done Black Mage? I know Black Mage had a
Oh,
big
okay. So
controversy to that or this patch.
I was gonna say or as in like in the game, I thought you meant like as a controller. I do have like some temperature reading stuff, and we're like, what if we use actual fire to play Black Mage? We're like, no, we need to get a garage. We cannot do this in your apartment.
Flamethrower, snow machine.
Literally
How do
like
we
a
combine this?
It's like, oh yeah, we can detect when something gets really hot really fast. Like fire will get really hot really fast.
Oh my god! And you can make it. Oh, you can make it into like a staff as well. Oh wait,
yeah,
a
like
minute.
a
Oh my god!
staff
Now
like
you're making my engineering brain actually
Yeah.
like working.
yeah, we're like yeah, we could have like a staff that has like a flame that gets blown out and then sense it, but it's like we can't do it in an apartment or house.
No, yeah,
like
definitely can't do it in an apartment.
actually against the law. Like,
Oh yeah, but then
They're like
what
the
do you do
bits
for
around
ice
you, like
then?
for content.
yeah, for content.
How could you add a wait? I need to check how like a small snow machine or like an ice maker.
like ice.
And, like you just like do like a little snow machine. Like you press one button, it's like a little bit of snow
say,
comes out. Another button.
We could put the button behind the button, or like wire it to the button that prints out the ice cubes, and that could be ice or something.
I think the issue wouldn't it be like the temperature would cause problems with the metal though, because it'd be constantly like expanding and contracting because of the heat.
That's someone else's problem. That's future us's problem. Yeah, that's a good point. But
it is a good point, but obviously you can make it. There are some obviously some metals that are pretty decent at holding fire.
Yeah, there's some
Conducting
fires that are
heat,
pretty good
so-
at holding fire.
yeah,
There's
some advanced fire.
Fire
Yeah,
plus
no, I
one.
want to get going, but I don't want to do this now.
Yeah, I was like, I really want to. It's just like, yeah, how do I explain to my landlord? Hey, dude, I burnt out the apartment because I wanted to play an MMO for like 10 minutes.
Sounds reasonable to me. Man, but no, that does sound cool. In the way. What was your favorite controller then that you've created so far on the channel?
So far, the Pictomancer is my favorite because it's just really dumb, like dumb fun. You could try to paint something by like, because you have to record the color, then paint out, and whatever color you recorded is the ability, right? So like, you could try to paint something, but whenever we played as a group, I was too busy. Like, there's so much going on. I just slapped the canvas, and I still have some of the works behind me, but it was just a fun idea.
You know what? You know what you need to do? You need to sell that. People will buy that.
I was gonna say you could sell that work.
Viewers out there.
Yeah. There you go. And
Now
that could be
I'll
used
hang it
to
up on the
fund other
ceiling.
ones.
I think what was another good one? I have to look back. It's been a minute.
I think the monk is cool, but I'm biased because I also played monk. So
Oh yeah, I gotta redo Monk. I gotta make the shark fist thing.
Oh, the
Before
shark
it was just
thing.
it was just exposed wires because I was still learning how to do this stuff. But the sharkfish thing, yeah, I would love to get a plushie like that and just shove the wires in there. Oh, the Scholar book's my second favorite. I think it was really fun to learn how to detect scribbling and then somehow doing doing spells and heals with it.
that's what I like to call anytime I write something in real life. When I write something,
Yes.
I have to hand it over. They have to detect my scribbling. That's kind of realistic. So yeah, there's so many different cool controllers that you've made. As I said, I saw your axe on Twitter.
Thank you.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun because I learned how to get a microphone to work. So now I have the window open like a dummy, and I have to practice yelling and screaming. And I feel really bad for my neighbors because I do this around like 11 or 12 at night. But so far, no noise complaints. So maybe they're used to me being dumb and loud at like midnight.
We're offline.
Oh no!
Huh?
Let
Stream
me
has gone
check.
down.
I think my PC's died.
Oh, oh no!
Or it's not responding.
Oh
no.
Okay. Well, I'm still recording. So hi everyone that can hear this in the background. I guess we'll continue while Paul tries to get that working. We'll see. That's not good.
Yeah, let me grab some water real quick if that's okay.
Yeah, no
I'll take
worries.
like 1 minute. Okay, I'll be right back.
So, if you're listening to this right now, I guess we'll talk about the fact that it's been 9 years since we started Moogle Go Round Radio, and we still have issues like this because we're us. So yeah, if you've been around for these 9 years, but thank you for the hype train. We could actually hit hype train during this episode as well. Thank you to Renchi and Wobsy. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this on Podbean or anything like that, remember you can check us out on twitch.tv and Moogle Go Round Radio. Remember you can also find us on YouTube, and you can find us on Twitter, I guess, because Twitter still exists. So yeah, I feel bad that this is happening right now when we got a guest on, but PC stuff we can't really control. Well, kind of.
Still says oh God! The fuck? Error with the output. Please check your stream and record. Oh, okay.
Okay. I also had Hydra. Man, this is off topic even for us.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, it happens. So that's my job. I do game dev. I'm so used to things just breaking. Literally, even the day of like major patches and stuff just breaks, dude. I understand.
Oh, that's cool. Although I've never been in game dev, I've done a lot of beta testing for Sony in the past.
Nice.
I've been with them for a long time. When I was part of their private testing stuff, went on the PS3 and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Until they scrapped that service because people kept leaking stuff, and that kept they kept getting like third-party contracts, and we're like, oh, we'll do them, and then like 2 weeks later, all the details that we're not supposed to talk about suddenly go online mysteriously, and like, yeah, they kept blacklisting, it was annoying because we would really help. Yeah, it was a fun time. We got to help Sony do a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm also like, I don't know if you heard of PSU, PlayStation Universe. I've been with them for about 10 years as well, writing articles and doing their podcast and stuff. So that's why I got to go to the FanFest in America, because Square Enix and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. I'm jealous. The game dev is such an interesting thing to get into.
Yeah, it's such. I didn't think I was going to get into it. By the way, I don't even remember how I got into it. I was just like, oh, y'all need someone to marketing. I think I Twitch streamed before. What am I doing here? Why am I a dev now? What's going on? I mean,
that's how we got into podcasting. So, like, I was a guest on someone's show, and they're like, "We need someone to record on the weeks we're not recording. Do you mind doing it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And now I'm still here. So, yeah. But no, that is cool. Can you talk about the game dev stuff, or does any of it?
Yeah, I do. The stuff. There's definitely stuff. I work at Gearbox, so I'm working on Borderlands 4 right now.
Oh, I'm jealous.
And it has been a thing.
I have the Borderlands 2 loot box edition still.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah, Borderlands is one of my favorite. One of my favorite playthroughs actually on our stream was Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I love that game so much.
Yeah, I think I left. Let's see. Hold on. When did I join? 2016. I think I joined 2016 as a marketing intern, so and then they had a publishing
for free, right? I think it's around free.
Wait, what happened? Sorry, my headset cut out. I was like, "What headset?" No.
Right. I think that was around 2016. Was around Borderlands 3, right? I think
3. Oh, 3. Oh, 3. Yeah, that was 2019. Yeah. It's been so.
It's been more than 5 years, so it's been more than a year. It was more than last week.
If it's past a week, dude, it's a wrap. Don't expect me to remember.
But no, that's incredible. The fact that you worked with Gearbox. Seriously, that is really cool.
Started off with marketing, and then I went to their publish. They had a publishing place, and then my first game was Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, and we added Duke Nukem to that. And I was like, what is going on? And then I just moved with them for a while, and then I moved back to dev side, and then now I'm on Borderlands 4, and I don't know what's going on. Sometimes I just show up and I'm like, oh yeah, I worked on Risk of Rain 2. That was interesting. I've worked on Hello Neighbor. What was I doing there? It's such a random assortment of things I've been on.
That is.
I played Risk of Rain 2, actually. I've been playing that. It's been quite fun.
You're more incredible than I thought you were.
Oh no, thank you. I'm just a dude. I just in a cowboy hat. I appreciate it though.
I'm just a dude in a cowboy hat. Has never been the most absolutely Chad thing to say. I don't know.
I'm actually a Texas.
I'm just a dude in a cowboy hat, you know.
I have cowboy boots. I have a hat. I've been on farms.
We are back, by the way, on stream. I don't know what happened. My encoder kind of just had a fit. And it was just like, yeah, I'm just going to crash your PC.
Oh, no.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah. We are back. I hope everyone can hear. So,
I own a cowboy hat.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I have a Stetson.
I don't know what I'm a fake Texan. I don't know what mine is. I just know it's not a cheap one.
Yeah, this was not cheap as well. I got this as an 18th birthday, as I said, while I was in 20 years ago. So.
Yeah, I got mine to cosplay for FanFest. I think the Animo set, because I had everything else but the hat, and I was like, I guess I'll put the money if it's gonna last more than a year. I'll put the money into it.
And then since then, I've invested in poop hats. I've got my normal poop hat, and then I've got my Christmas poop hat. You know, I need the seasonal ones. So,
yeah.
In case you want to know the reference, there was a podcast back in the day called She Heals, I Tank. Now, this is for 2018 FanFest. I got a media pass from Square Enix, but they weren't going to cover the flight. So at the time, I really couldn't afford the flight to America. So their podcast at the time, their community decided to help me get to America. They put some money towards my flight, which was incredible of them. Well, what does She Heals, I Tank? What does that shrink down to if you shrink it down to letters?
The abbreviation.
Oh.
Shit. So their logo, logo was a poop. Their logo was like a poop emoji. So they said, okay, because we're helping you get to FanFest, we want you to take a picture of our hat.
Our hat at the thing. Okay.
And then since then, I've just, because they did so much for me, I just like wearing it as a reminder of the community that helped me do stuff. So the poop hat is like a reminder of the Final Fantasy community. Not what they are, but like, you know what? Yeah.
I was gonna say, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Final Fantasy community. Shit.
Which, by the way, sounded weird saying that in front of Yoshi P, like giving the description. Like, I'm like, do you want to know why?
I'm telling Yoshi P.
Yeah, because it was London Fan Fest. I pulled one question and answers. Well, he gave me, because he was too nervous, he gave me the thing. Thank you again for that, Paul. And I'm like, I'd already submitted all my questions because of the media thing later that night. So in reality, I had no questions to ask him. So when I'm like queuing up, and I'm like, Yoshi P, what do you think of my hat?
What do you say?
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
I just walked off. I'm like, there you go. That was an easy question for you. Everyone else is like asking in-depth questions. I'm like, do you like my hat?
But to be fair, you did give me something back. You gave me Yoshi P's autograph, which I still have currently framed above me.
Nice.
So.
Yeah. So I tried to make it a fair deal. I guess we should start talking more about your projects. By the way,
what do you mean we've been talking about this project? We've been giving them ideas. What do you mean?
Like, I want to talk more. Like, with your controllers, now, a lot of them are custom made for fun. But have you ever thought about them as for accessibility, or are they mainly just for messing about with?
The ones I've made recently, not really. But in the past, when I used to be a Souls runner, the stuff I used, people would reach out to me and help themselves work with, or be able to play games. I remember one dude had some mortar skill problems and couldn't play like Dark Souls correctly or normally. And because of my stuff, we were able to work things together, and now he can play Dark Souls. And I was like, this stuff is cool. Like, I'm not smart enough to figure out accessibility, but if anyone ever reaches out to me, I'm like, yeah, I could, let me know what I could do to help. One of the cool projects was with Breath of the Wild with the Ring Fit. I accidentally figured out a way to play Breath of the Wild with just one hand, like one Joy-Con. And I had people ask me like, hey, can you send me the code? Because like I have mortar problems as well. And they were able to play Breath of the Wild with just one Joy-Con. And I was like, that's cool. Like I said, I don't know if I know too much of how to help out with accessibility, but if anyone needs, like if my stuff can help out, let me know. I'm 100% down to like help people out.
And that's awesome. Like, as
Yeah.
someone who has had to use accessibility stuff in the past because of reasons, like, that's really cool. So thank you for doing stuff like that. And
Yeah.
as always, big shout out to Able Gamers. I used to follow
I love
them a lot.
them.
Yeah,
I do actually give them, I think yearly I try and give them about £100. It depends on like,
Nice.
if I find them in a good financial place. I know I used to go to conventions. I used to see them there. I used to give them like 20 or something like that because I like, because I'm actually disabled. Technically, I'm disabled from the waist down, so I have really bad mobility in legs and stuff like that. But obviously, I have hands and stuff. But what they do with people that obviously don't have like the use of their hands or stuff like that, and I just think it's great.
No, it's awesome.
Bloody great, because everyone should be able to game.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, like
everyone.
Yes,
I used to tell people it'd be very hip. Yeah, I was like, I used to tell people it'd be very hypocritical. Like back when they did Souls challenges, if I was against accessibility, like you see what I'm doing. Like if I could do this, everyone else should be able to play games like as a bare minimum, right?
Yeah, I think there's there's like there's a raider in Final Fantasy that only has one hand, and he's like one of the top end raiders. Like you know, anyone can do anything if they put their mind to it and dedication, hard work, and all that. Like anything's possible.
Oh, we had him on before, right? We had him on. He can't talk, right? We had Shoru live on. Who he has. We had him on the podcast before. Big shout out to Shoru Live as well. He streams as well on Twitch. Currently streaming Monster Hunter.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, he has motion control problems. So like has like voice control and stuff like that for playing stuff. Like plays with one hand. So it's really it's amazing what he does. So and what he's achieved. Now, moving on, you've made controllers for several games in the past, as we can see from your channel. Like you've made it for Elden Ring, as you were talking about. You made it for Cyberpunk. You made it for Call of Duty.
Oh, geez, when did I play Call of Duty? When's the last time I played?
5
I probably
years
did.
ago.
Oh, there it goes. It's been more than a week. I forgot.
So, what is there any games that you would like to work for? Like not work for, but like make controllers for. Sorry.
Yeah, like this year I kind of want to try fighting games because I've been getting into fighting games recently. And I'm like, what? I don't know what that would entail, but I do have a Kinect, and I'm like, can we do motion, like literal motion control for fighting games or something? And I guess the next one would be, like literal, like do the hand motions, do whatever, like Zangief does, like a lariat, spin around, and if you spin around in real life, you spin around a game or something. And then the next one I really want to do, and I'll have to wait till there's release date. I really want to make Samus's arm cannon for Metroid Prime, because like I love Metroid Prime. That was like the game that actually got me into game dev. And I was like, you know what? For Metroid Prime 4, I guess whenever they release the specs, or if us in the States can actually pre-order a Switch at some point, or Switch 2, I would love to build an arm cannon for Metroid Prime 4.
I was gonna say the arm cannon's fine. Just don't try and like you need to spin in real life. You know, the morph ball.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing the morph ball.
You're gonna have to get one of those dog balls. Is it what they are? Those big plastic, like
the little like
the
big hamster balls. Yeah.
Just paint it like the colors from like Samus's armor, and be like, you.
Imagine how long it would take to get in the morph ball. Like I would have to somehow climb into it and then roll.
God, how do you wire it that as well? Actually, that'd be.
I wonder
how many sensors would you need?
I was going can you make a giant trackball because the trackball just has like the thing at the bottom that is rotating when you move the ball. But like, can you do that with a human, like a human hamster ball?
Well, yeah. I guess what you could do is just have it like in like the ball isn't actually moving, sort of like have it in, like,
we could.
have it in like a stationary position where you like it's rotating in the middle, but like it's not moving around, sort of thing. If that, yeah.
We
I
just have
don't
to
know
look
how
into like
physically
a.
possible it would be in an apartment, but I can see it in my head.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I can build it here, but yeah.
I'm picturing like it's something from Stargate SG-1.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking like you'd have to look into like those old trackball mouses and then see the internal and like just replicate that in real life. But too small for a room. I don't think I can pull it off here.
Well, if you ever get big enough on YouTube, I will volunteer for tribute. Okay.
Okay, I got you. Sign these waivers, please.
I will be your hamster.
Yes.
So yeah, but no, what was the question again? Oh yeah, controls you like to make for. So yeah, talking about that, continue with that though. So what are the controllers that you're working on right now that you're looking forward to working on next? Like, is there games that you
like immediate progress?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So right now, Warrior X, everything's done except for like 2 pieces I need to like literally drill into, and then I need to get some more footage. But that's like done. I just been lazy, and I need to like spend a weekend on finishing the video. After this, I know I'm making something for the new Elden Ring. It is, I think it's called the Star Fist.
Ooh.
They're like giant. It's like a giant metal ball with spikes, which I think is going to put me on a list if I if I make it. I think it's actually like a weapon. But after that, my schedule's kind of clear. I want to do something for 14, but I don't know what my next class would be. And I've been trying to figure out even if I need to remake like a Dark Knight sword now that I'm better at.
Okay, I've got one for you that may take you a little bit of time. Do Viper.
Oh yeah.
We have to get 2 swords and go interchange it as well.
Turn it into like a twin blade.
Chat,
I know there's always that meme. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, chat. What do you think? Wobsy says scholar, but there is already a scholar.
Make the real life fairy. Let's see who wants to volunteer. Get full body motion controls in here.
What control?
Yeah, there's plenty of jobs. Like I definitely have. This is a very fun game, very fun community to be a part of as well. I got into 14 in Stormblood because I was playing League of Legends at the time, and my friends were like, "Yo, we have to free ourselves. What is a Final Fantasy 14? We should check it out." And I was like, "Okay, yeah." And it was cool. Like, loved it. I don't know if it wasn't for them, I don't think I could have got through Realm Reborn. Once I got the Heaven's Word, it was over for me. I was hooked.
Everyone hates the Realm Reborn. I swear.
This was like before the new patches too. Like this was when like I was like, oh wow, I don't know if I'm getting through the post game, guys. It's a little rough for me.
I played 11 and 1.0. Realm Reborn when it first came out was just fine. Like I didn't get far into 1.0 like because of how bad it was, but I remember the fact that it was you could start as a crafter or gatherer in 1.0.
Oh really?
Yeah, but because the fact you could start as them, it actually threw you into a tutorial fight at the start of the game. So they had to emergency patch and actually add attacks to the crafters and gatherers because you couldn't actually beat the tutorial because you had no attacks. So yeah, they're like, you can start as any job you want. You can start as a culinarian. That's cool. You're attacked by like tentacle-based octopus things.
Yeah. So survive, I guess.
How do I fight? So yeah, but if anyone that's like crafters and gatherers actually had the ability to throw stones as an attack.
Oh really?
Originally. So yeah, you could win eventually. Eventually. Yeah. But no.
What else was
bad.
I mean, you could build a globe and use a globe.
Yeah, globe would be fun.
Astro could be quite funny.
Yeah, like now that a little bit better. I want to build a fully functional dual disc controller where like, I actually have to draw from the dual disc, the Yu-Gi-Oh dual disc. But
I know I've
let's
been
see,
more for
Bard would be,
glamour, but Blue Mage as well would be cool.
yeah, Blue Mage would be fun. See, someone I remember seeing the meme of someone using the Simon Says toy for Summoner, and I have that just like a Simon Says toy ready to be modded. I just haven't had time to do it. Reaper would be fun. I also like very large props, so a giant scythe would be fun to play around with. I don't know who
But again,
would want to be
teeny
my
tiny
fan.
apartment, not a lot of movement.
You know,
For-
that's
For
future
a class
Lewis's
that
problem.
requires a long spinning.
Yeah, that's future me's problem.
I feel like Paladin would be too easy. Sword and
I
shield.
think it'd be fun. Yeah, I mean, if we like actually made a good cosplay prop and turned it into a controller, I think Paladin would be a fun one.
And I think out of a lot of them, Paladin would be a usable one as well. I know that sounds
Yeah.
weird, but like, I feel like you could actually probably use it properly in
Yes.
combat because I'm guessing you could have like the have like the direction pad and stuff like that hiding underneath the shield.
On the shield,
Yep.
yeah, or on
Yeah.
the sword, yeah. And it
Yeah,
wouldn't
well,
be
you
as
could-
big as the other ones, so I could fit in my room and not have to worry about knocking my
Or
camera.
you could probably have the controller for moving on the sword handle and like a
Mm.
controller for the camera and stuff under the shield.
Yeah.
How do you feel about converting a harp for Bard?
A harp?
A harp.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that could be because I already have a bow and arrow toy controller. So that gets we can do the archery stuff there. Like we could do boss by playing an instrument. Would be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
like each note does a different song. That could be pretty.
Yeah, there's software out there that can detect different notes and input them into, I guess, controller inputs. That wouldn't be too hard to do. Now, managing it, that might be more brain cells than I have.
Yeah.
But playing the job would
mean-
be hard, but I don't think setting it up would be too difficult.
God, they got my brain moving now. I don't like that. I need to stay dumb. Where's my glue? I need to sniff that a minute.
Yeah, it's like if anyone ever wants to learn stuff like this, hit me up. I love teaching people how to do stuff. It's like that one image of the doing the glass pane that has like the sicko shirt. That's like, yes, that's me every time I trick someone into building controllers or like doing challenge runs with weird controllers.
A bolt
Like,
gun controller, a way of power fist. No, don't bring Warhammer into this. When you get me wanting to do it.
I do want to
Now,
build
Sam-
like a machinist control, like an actual Nerf rifle. I have to make sure to be a very clear Nerf rifle, not a rifle. That is illegal, but a Nerf rifle.
Yeah, in Texas, you're fine.
In Texas, would be, yeah, that's true. That is true. But if I were to bring it to like a convention, they'd be like,
Convention, yeah, that might be a little
yeah,
bit.
all right, man.
This is my
Like,
gun.
if it was yeah. But like a Nerf gun would be fun. Like a Nerf gun that you could shoot to play machinist with could be fun.
Yeah, the dancer with her weapons coming back. That's very dangerous.
And plus,
There's
Machinist
plenty
has
of
that
ideas.
whole heat.
A lot of options.
mechanic
Oh
as
yeah, that's
well,
like a
right?
heat. Yeah.
Yeah, like my gun is also a flamethrower. That wouldn't work.
Again. I'm sorry, I burnt down the flat again. My bad.
I'm sure my insurance will cover it. I explained to them, yeah, I was playing Final Fantasy 14 and my apartment caught on fire. My bad. That covered.
I get the deposit back, right? It went my fault.
Right? Yeah. You know me, I'm good for it.
Oopsie daisies. It happens, right?
Yeah, it's
Real. Everyone keeps promoting realism in their games. So
yeah, right. Yeah, we got
a little bit
we're
further.
just getting closer. One step closer.
feel the heat.
Oh, I would love to make. Oh, that reminded me of Kingdom Hearts. I've always wanted to make a Keyblade controller, but I'll have to find time.
Would
Oh,
you
that
ever
would
think
be-
about branching out into the Hades games and their like weapons?
Yeah, whenever I see a cool prop, it's like, all right, I just need to make time because like
Time,
people-
because one, I'm also in games development where I've got to work on that. I also want to work on this.
yeah, it's a fun hobby. I'll give it that. It is. It's very fun to think about stuff. It's fun to, like I said, glue your fingers together and be like, well, I can't eat tonight. But it's also
Yep.
fun to be like, oh yeah, I'm screaming at 10 at night playing Warrior, and it just works. We did it.
It just works.
It just works.
If you believe hard enough, in the Orc Society, everything works. So that's a really bad 40k joke.
Sorry,
That's something I need
just
to get into as well.
you were talking
Oh,
about. I'm just thinking about a second there. We were talking about Dancer earlier, and oh my god, my brain just went. You were talking about Fantasy VIII earlier. How that was one of your favorites, right?
Oh, I need to build something for Final Fantasy. It's my next Final Fantasy to play.
Renoa's weapon.
Oh, who wants a?
Remember, because he has that chakram launcher.
Yeah, launch the dog.
Well, not. I wasn't going to say the dog. I was going to say maybe you don't launch the dog.
No,
like...
I wouldn't. No. I'll sacrifice myself first before I launch. The dog can launch me.
You never played 8, but in 8, she had like a chakram attack, right? Normally, but then her limit break, her dog jumped on and she fired her dog at the enemy. So,
I mean, okay.
The dog ran back afterwards. The dog was fine.
The dog was fine.
That was fine. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't work. Yeah, I'm slowly catching up on my Final Fantasies. It's like that. I missed out on. They have a lot of cool weapons. I'm like, I recently made a Buster Sword. Just the iconic. It's so cool. It's too heavy. I don't know why I thought to use like actual metal pipes as support. I guess for realism, but I could have. I don't know how Cloud does it. I can't do it for more than like 20 minutes.
Now, if you need help with a Space Marine 2 type weapons, let me know. We can get a chainsaw. We can get like a death coat hammer, thunder hammer. Like what we're thinking. Bolt gun, metal pistol.
Print those out.
I actually have somewhere behind me a full size version of Ichigo's Shikai sword, metal. So if you ever want that, I don't know how I'd ship it to you, but
yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. So, we had a shop down at the beach that sold different like replicas of swords.
Oh, cool!
It was pretty cool, and I saw that and I had to buy it. I'm like, I love Bleach, so they had a Cloud one, but it was a little bit price. It was like 300, 400 quid, and I'm like, no, I can't justify it.
maybe later.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a couple of models over here in the Warhammer world. So
yeah, but the difference was
I could see it being a worthy buy.
The difference is that's an official product. This is not really these aren't official. Like if this was an official Square Enix blade or something, I'd be more tempted. But for something that's not really, on the books, I'm like, nah, I'm not paying that much money. I also live in a rented apartment, so I also would probably have, like, if the landlord comes in, why have you got that massive 7-foot sword?
Protection. That's what you have to say.
Yeah, for exercise, and swinging around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there was an exercise for that. I've seen these like exercise people online. They've used it for exercise.
Yeah.
Swinging it around. You get all those muscles and all that. Oh, it's so good. You may want to be careful not to break your back trying to lift it, but each their own.
Okay, so I'm going to check how long we've actually been streaming. Okay, so we tried to keep the podcast around an hour because we find that that's about the right time. So, but because of the whole issue with the PC crashing, I just wanted to double check how long the recording. So before we start wrapping up, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything you can say before, would you like to plug before we start wrapping up? Yeah, check YouTube channel stuff.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you for having me. I enjoy talking to anybody. I was also very shy before I started doing content creation, and now I'm like, yo, it is kind of cool to be able to just talk to, like I started Final Fantasy 14 in Stormblood, but I didn't really talk to anybody until like Shadowbringers or even Endwalker. And I was like, this is such a nice community. It is a change of pace of other places I've been, and it's super chill. So I appreciate y'all having me on.
I mean, first of all, you said you were playing League of Legends, so
I was freed.
I played Smite. Like,
yeah, Smite's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Smite's chill. You play League of Legends, you do one thing wrong, it's slow, to kill yourself. So it's like,
I don't know. People used to slur at me on Smite.
Oh no. But yeah, 14
I
change
still
of favorites still.
I still remember. I still feel bad for these people because I guess they didn't know, right? I was it was a preview like event for the website PSU where I had some of the community managers from Smite join my group. Anyway, we joined like a public lobby, like while we were waiting for this event to start. And as soon as we joined, the other group started insulting me. And I'm like, saying like, it's probably not the good time to do that.
Yeah,
When
guys.
I've got
Yeah.
people right next to me are from the game itself.
Yeah, like,
Probably stop with that.
Yeah, guys, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on?
But yes, as for plugs, I'm SuperLouis64 everywhere. I will try to stream more of our controller stuff. It was really fun with chat. We were trying to, well, they're helping me. Well, we're going over the programming of it, and it was fun to be able to talk back to with people. Like, am I doing this right? Or like, what do y'all think is better? But I'll mostly be on like Blue Sky or Twitter, just posting build updates, and hopefully I get the axe done this weekend. Big hopes. But we'll see.
We shall see.
But seriously, thank you so much for joining us. I hope to have you on again someday because I
Yeah,
had a lot
for
of fun
sure.
talking to you.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm always down.
Thank you. So, yeah, that's episode 211 of Moogle Go Round. Paul, is there anything you want to say before?
Remember, always take breaks. You feel
True.
down, feel you're getting burnt out over doing a lot of content. Take a break. You know, having a week off, it helped me over the times. Always does. Thank God we're going into an ad break. It helped me. You know, I've been playing games. I've been chilling. I have a new hobby. You know, take a break. Don't let your life always be content creation, or it will just get.
Yeah.
You will lose the fun of it. And I've seen friends lose the love of the game they make content for, and they are struggling with it currently. And they're trying to, though theirs is like, you know, they kind of live off what they make type stuff. So it's like, I understand there's a lot more stress there, but at the end of the day, just have fun with it. Take breaks. Mental health comes first. Bob's your uncle. And I will be tweeting out a lot more pictures of my models that I'm going to be painting and building.
Hey.
So, yeah. Follow me on Twitter. I don't have Blue Sky because I had no clue what the hell it was at that point. So, yeah. I said that direction of the story that was, 14, it can be anyone. If you leave, if you spend a good time here, we've played 14 for a long time. I started in like 2.0, you know, where Realm Reborn was usually just a thing. And that was it. Been around all these years. I took a break from the game a couple of times, come back, I still keep playing. I'm not a fan of the story right now, but I'm still playing it. It's a social aspect. You know, I have friends that play it, I raid with friends. It's great. I make content about it. All the new stuff that's coming out, it's all about crafting soon, so I'm going to be enjoying doing the crafting stuff. You know, it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. And, you know, maybe Chili will go insane with fishing again. We'll see if there's like a leaderboard and stuff. So
There is a leaderboard, you're right.
Maybe I will go insane as well because I'll be trying to do the you know, the other one. So we'll see.
This time they like display your character if you're like top one.
Yeah, it's like a statue.
There's
I really
people gonna be grinding.
I really can't wait till people load in and see my Lalafell there called Daddy Chili. Like, but
I am hoping there is just going to be a lot more rewards for doing this. Hopefully,
that's fair. Yeah, we'll see.
That's what I'm hoping.
I also like the fact that you can't constantly win. Well,
that's a good thing. Yeah.
Well, see, this is why everything you said feels like it's targeting me because what I've been doing recently.
It wasn't. That was the thing. It was a little bit, but it was also another friend that does League of Legends content for basically to live. So
you can find me on my PlayStation podcast, PlayStation Unchained. You can find me on the Problematic Sticker anime podcast. You can find me on the Soundbites food podcast. You can find me here. Well, I'm going to take a break next week, but you can find me here normally on twitch.tv and Moogle Go Round Radio, where I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Thursdays is the podcast every 2 weeks. Fridays is Rivals Night for now until things change, like when we had Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter was hyped. So if there's a big update on a Friday or something like that, we might change. But for now, Fridays is Rival. So Tuesday, Wednesday is still Fantasy 14-ish. So yeah, if you ever want to join us for Rivals, the community is always welcome.
Let me do it. I love Marvel Rivals. Let me know.
Yeah, I bought my Guna Emma Frost skin, so I'm ready for this Friday to play her. Hopefully, haven't been able to play her because she always gets taken away from me. So,
and then I also do anime stuff where at my own anime channel on Holified Saying Gaming, where I've actually just hit 70,000 views. So I'm happy about that.
woo!
I've been making content on that since last October, so I've been grinding like crazy. I'm at 160 subscribers on that channel. So again, thank you to everyone that supports me on my YouTube channel as I've been growing it. Thank you again to SuperLouis64. But please go check out his wonderful videos. I can't believe that we got a chance to chat with you. Seriously, thank you so much for everything. Hopefully we can.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
I can't praise you. Seriously, as a controller player and a person that loves controllers and stuff like that, and I like the I can't seriously. I seriously can't tell how impressed and amazing everything you've made is. Seriously, I really can't. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun. Thank you for having me.
So until next time, we'll be back in 2 weeks. I don't have a guest yet. I'm hoping to plan. I will start contacting people soon. So also, this is the 9th anniversary.
I think we should try and get Brian Ricardo on because this weekend we will be watching the PvP stuff and we can talk to him about how that went.
Yeah, I want to get Brian on again.
It's cool.
And to have some talks about the new PvP stuff because there's been some new PvP stuff as well. So
also promising to be topless more. So
yes.
Yeah.
For some reason, people in my chat think I'm naked most of the time.
No, remember, Brian even said on Twitter in response to us calling it. See, we called him attractive, and then his response on Twitter was, "Well, I guess I have to stream topless more," which I don't know where it came to that, but sure.
Yes.
So yeah. So yeah, more Brian Ricardo. So yeah, well, I'll hope to get him on in the future again. Thank you as always. Until next time. Remember, you can contact us at Moogle Go Round Radio on gmail.com. Remember, you can find us on YouTube, find us on Twitter, and of course, you can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv Moogle Go Round Radio. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the next episode of the podcast. It's been 9 years. I promise we'll do something for 10 years, probably, hopefully. Until next time, stay safe. Bye.
Later, y'all.
Very well.